Good morning. Welcome to the Community for Conscious Living weekly live broadcast. Today is Sunday, May 26th of 2024. The Community for Conscious Living is a community dedicated to personal transformation for universal harmony, healing the planet by making inspired changes in ourselves and in our daily lives that create a sustainable environment and a peaceful world. More succinctly, heal your heart, live sustainably, foster peace. Today, we're going to be talking about what we can do to leave a safe planet for our children. So I encourage you to take notes as things are coming up for you as we go through this process today. So if you have a pen and paper, please get that handy, have that close by so that you can make some notes. And at the end of our talk today, I'd love, after we end the recording and open up for discussion and Q&A, I'd love to hear whatever comes to you. Any ahas, ideas, anything that you want to commit to. If you want to just, make the commitment out loud to the group, that would be fabulous. If you want to just share ideas so that other people can learn from your aha moments today, that would be beautiful as well. And of course, if you're listening to the recording, you can always find us in the Community for Conscious Living Facebook group. Look for this post, and share your ideas there as well. Okay. So today we're talking about what we can do to leave a safe and healthy planet for our children, right? So we're going to cover a number of different areas, a number of different topics that we're going to do some inner exploration around. And to find, it's really, when we say inspired changes, that is inspired. What is the passion that's breathed into you, right? What is the passion that's breathed into your heart from source, right? From the breath of spirit that breathes into your body, that really is your inner compass that tells you what is true for you. What do you really need to be content, to be happy, to sustain yourself? What is it that you can really true up to, align to, that's going to keep you or put you into and keep you in harmony with yourself as well as your surroundings, the planet, and everything? A lot of times our excess consumerism and, the things that we do, sometimes it's just not awareness. Other time it comes from a place of feeling like we need something outside of ourselves, when really what we're seeking through the things that we do and the habits and things. Some of it's conditioning, some of it is seeking, and what we're truly seeking can be found inside of ourselves. So we're going to be doing inner exploration. We want to find what's true, what we truly need. We want to true up to that. And we also want to bring awareness, right? Awareness. Sometimes the things we know, they just kind of lurk in our subconscious, and we think, well, but I really can't do without that right now, because I do live in this world, I do live in this country, I do live in this culture, this community, and these are just a part of being here, right? There's some truth in that, and there's always something that we can tweak, always something that we can do a little better, and that's why we continue to do these kinds of explorations. What is the next step you can take? What is the next thing that you can do better, that you can bring yourself into a greater alignment and harmony with your own inner connection with source and your connection with planet, with all of the inhabitants of the planet, with all of the environment, the soil, the earth, the trees, the plants, the air, the water, everything. Okay, so and I'll just say this one more piece before we come into our meditation and healing circle. As Muhammad Ibn Arabi says, we do not live on the planet Earth. We live in the planet Earth. We are as much a part of the ecosystem of the Earth as the soil and the grass and the water and the air, right? Everything that we do impacts the greater ecosystem. We are the ones that were given the free will, or that accepted, right? Everything was offered free will, the trust of free will. Everything said no to it except for the human beings. We accepted the trust of free will. What does that mean? Does that mean that we, willy-nilly do whatever we want? Maybe a little bit, but really what it means is that we have disconnected from the laws of nature. Everything else on the planet lives according to the laws of nature and can't stray from that. We can stray from our living in harmony with the laws of nature, and we test the boundaries. We test the boundaries of nature, how far that we can live outside of the harmony with the natural world and still continue to exist, right? And so this is one of the things, if we want to continue to exist as a species, then we need to come back into harmony and alignment with the natural world, period. Right? That's our test here, right? That's our game here, our mission here, whatever you want to call it. How far out of harmony can we live with the natural world and continue to exist? What's it going to take for us to wake up and come back into harmony, living in harmony with the natural world, so that we can exist, or who knows, right? Who knows what? Okay, so that, again, get a pen and paper if you have not already, because I'm hoping that you'll take some notes today. And we will go ahead and come into our meditation and healing circle. Let's come into our circle sitting side by side, shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow, knee to knee, coming together as one. And just imagine us all in one circle, facing toward the center of our circle. Bring your eyes, ears, your nose, your mouth, your throat center, your heart center, and your belly center, your hara, ball of energy in the front of your belly space. Bring everything to face toward the center of the circle, to face forward. And together let's call on our source in the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. We call on you, we ask you to send your essence of your pure divine light. This light is the light of illumination, the light of awakening, the light of the truth, right? The original light from which everything on this existence, right? It is a vibration of, or actually, the light is the light is the light. The radiance of the light is what gives us the ability to see. When a light hits something, that is when we have the ability to see it. We call on this light. Just imagine the pure light right in front of you, like a light bulb, right? When you look into the brightness of a light bulb, you really can't see anything. Imagine the light, the source of the light right in front of you. And then let the radiance of that light, as it radiates, let it shine on you and shine on all of your skin, into every pore of your body. And let it penetrate your skin, through your pores, and into your nervous system, right? Light travels through the nervous system like electricity. And just let it, as it travels through, as you just let your body absorb it. And as it travels through your neurological pathways, just let it cleanse and purify any of those glitches that might be hanging out in your internal electrical system. Just let it clean those up. And let the flow of electricity move through your body. If you feel like a place of constriction, you might want to bring some breath into that place and let that expand, or some like movement might help you to unwind it a little bit. And you feel that light moving through you. Just imagine it also coming right through the top of your head. And let's bring in the divine name for light is Nur, N-U-R. And just say that word very slowly and feel the vibration in your head, in your throat, in your heart, right? First with that when you have to press your tongue up around, and the tongue makes like a little cove at up against the upper palate of your mouth, and it vibrates that upper palate Sitting right on top of that is your pineal gland. So imagine that light coming down through the top of your head, and let that pineal gland be like that vibration, stimulate that pineal gland as that light comes right into that space through the top of your head with that N sound, right? That N sound. Letting that light come right through the top of your head into this gland of your awakening, of illumination. And then like follow that with the ooh, and feel where that like starts to move down through your jaw and your throat. And that really starts to like the ooh is like a spiraling emanation of the light, right? So feel that like move down your center of your body, the center channel along the front of your spine, and let that ooh, let it move all the way down, emanating the radiance of that light, emanating the radiance of that light down through your body, and then following that with the ooh, the R sound, and feel where that vibrates in your chest, like down through your throat and into your chest, right? Right around your heart space. If you want to give some thumping around your chest space, your heart space, as you're letting that, the is like that radiance of the light that actually bounces off and gives us the vision, right? Gives us the ability to see. You have that pure light that you can't really make out images when you're looking at the pure light. You've got the emanation of the light, right? And the radiance, the rays of the light that bounce off of the matter that give us the ability to see images. So that is this like pure divine light as it comes in, and the pure light cleanses and purifies, and the radiance gives us that ability to see. It illuminates, right? So it's cleansing, purifying, and illuminating. And let that move through your whole body, right? And as this moves through the top of your head, emanates down your vertical core into your body, and really becomes like radiant and illuminating. Just let that stay internal to your body. Let it move through your body, and just let it move through your whole spinal column and all the way into your pelvic bowl. Ya Nur, Ya Nur. Just invoking that pure divine light. And again, say it slowly inside yourself so you can really feel it moving through your body. And invite your whole body to just open and let that move through you. Radiate through your whole body. And let's take a breath. And as you inhale, just draw your energy into this vertical core, into this light filament, right? Sometimes I talk about the body as a light bulb, and this inner core being like the filament inside the light bulb that the electricity travels along. And as the electricity gets more and more intense traveling along that filament gets brighter and brighter and brighter, right? So let that filament at the very core of your body that comes through the top of your head, runs halfway front to back, halfway side to side through your vertical core. Let that electricity run along that, and call all of your energy, all of the parts of yourselves, right? Just draw them with your inhale into this vertical core to join and bask in this electrical circuitry and this light, right? And let that light cleanse and purify and illuminate. Let it cleanse and purify and illuminate. And again, if you want to bring your breath, use your movement. So open and unwind these places inside yourself. And then again, let's call on our source in the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. We call on you. We ask you to send your essence of your unconditional love and just bring your heart center to face toward the center in this space right in front of you, and feel this unconditional love showering right in front of you like a gentle waterfall. Lift your heart center up slightly so that it just gently rains down into your heart, and use this heart center like a breathing portal, and inhale in that unconditional love as receive and receive and receive and receive and receive. That unconditional love, let it flow through your heart. Inhale it in, and then as you exhale, just release any of the clutter, blocks, and barriers. Right? Poet Rumi says, your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. Our natural tendency is to protect the tender heart, right? To protect our truth, to protect our what is sacred inside of ourselves, protect our inner connection and wisdom, right? And we put up blocks and barriers for that. But let this light flow through. And if any of those blocks and barriers are ready to release, just exhale, blow them out. And kind of like excavating, each time you take that breath in, you take it in a little deeper. And again, elongate your spine and really let that vertical core be like a straight line at your center. And your heart breathing that unconditional love into your center. And lean back into your spine and receive that gentle waterfall all the way into the core of your body. Receive it into your core. And again, let's call on our source in the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. We call on you, we ask you to send your essence of your eternal compassion. And this is the compassion that is the womb that contains us and contains all of our existence. So just imagine this womb. Imagine it first around you. Set your womb of safety to surround you, to hold you, to support you, to protect you, to nurture you, to love you, to completely accept you as you are. And again, as you inhale, draw your energy into this vertical core of light. Exhale, drop down, land into your pelvic bowl, and rest your whole body into this womb of compassion. And as you breathe in that unconditional love through your heart center, and let your entire core be filled with pure divine light and unconditional love. As you rest your entire being into this ocean of compassion, protection, safety, nurturing, and pure love and acceptance. And if you will, just bring that question to your heart. What is next on the evolution, the personal evolution for you? And ask directly from your source, what is next in the personal evolution for me to move closer to living in harmony with nature so that we can leave a safe planet for our children? What is that for you? And just breathe into your heart. Breathe into your heart and let yourself receive. receive that light of illumination into your heart. And as you lean back into the back of your heart space, connect in with that breath that breathes you at the back of your heart space. And it breathes in through your back body. Let it breathe you. And let that breathe you through your heart space. And just ask for guidance. Guidance can come in the form of just a feeling, a sensation, a thought, images, an inner knowing. And don't try to overthink it. If you can, just lean into it, breathe into it, and be present. I'm going to talk about some things, but I want you to connect in with your inner guidance, with your inner spark. And if you have your pen and paper, you can just write, today I am guided to, and just let the stream of consciousness flow through from your heart, out your arm, through your hand, from your pen onto the paper, right? And just let it flow. What wants to be written there? Today I am guided to. And breathe that in. Again, breathe your energy into your vertical core. Exhale, drop down, land into your pelvic bowl. And again, write. There's more that you want to write. Let yourself write that down. I want to let you really get that out. And then I do, of course, want to share some things that we can explore. Our very first thing is consumerism, right? It's the big one. A lot of times the things that we need, yes, we really do need. A lot of times we're, as I said at the beginning, looking to fill something that is more of an emotional need, or a need for security, a need for, something that is not necessarily supporting, not really giving us what we truly need. And I have to say, I know, well, let's bring it this way. Consumerism, think about the purchases that you make. Think about whether the purchases are necessary, right? Are they really necessary for you? Everything has some extraction of resources from the planet, right? Some things that we need. Some of it is how we are in the flow of that ecosystem, right? Where we are in the ecosystem. Food is a big one, right? Our shelter, our things that keep us safe. But even that, like some food is very far removed from nature, some food and food systems and industries are very harmful to the planet. Some use excess packaging. Some use excess water. Some use things that like really end up costing the planet more than what they would if we would eat in harmony with nature and as much as possible local to our own communities. So food is a big one. I know I say this a lot, and I know it's a sensitive topic for a lot of people, but our animal agriculture industry is the one that has the greatest taxation on the planet and pollutes the waterways, pollutes the soil, pollutes the air. It does horrible torture and terror to our animal kingdom, and it is, for most of us, not necessary, and to the extent that it is used, that it does end up on plates, especially in this country, which is the United States, it is to the extent that it causes great harm to our bodies more than it gives benefit. In a lot of places that do grow, raise their own animals and have them in their small communities, it ends up as a condiment rather than the thing that takes up half the plate, right? So in the way in this country that the industry has taken animal agriculture is horrific. If you can cut that out, whether it's meat or dairy or even fish, it is causing great harm. You can cut that out, cut it out. At the very least, cut back to the absolute minimum that you need. It is not sustainable, and it is not compassionate. This is anything as we're moving into this future that we're moving into. It is not compassionate and not sustainable. It cannot stay. Otherwise, it is causing our detriment. We cannot live in peace. We cannot live in harmony with nature and the planet if we are causing mass destruction and extinction. And right now, our practices are. So we've got to really dial them back, find alternatives. In today's world, most of us can live without the dependence on animal agriculture. So if you need support with that, by all means, reach out to me. There are a lot of places, pcrm.org, a lot of places that you can find information on how to live without, climatehealers.org, great resources, right? And I can help to put you in touch with resources. I can help you to navigate that journey as well. So reach out. Okay, I want to go back to the consumerism of products as well. Everything takes some resources from the planet and our purchases, right? Is it necessary? And then is there an alternative that is more sustainable for the planet, that has less packaging and has a closer resource to you, so that the impact on the delivery, right, the delivery systems is not as taxing on the planet. So look at all of those things. What can you do to source things more closer to the earth, local to yourself, something that is going to be more sustainable? And again, if you're getting ideas or ahas about this, really take this inside into your heart. As you get ideas and thoughts about this, feelings about it, write them down. We've talked food. We've talked food. We've talked product packaging. Because remember, every dollar is a vote, right? So we're supporting something, we're putting our energy into something, or we're withdrawing our energy from it. What do you want your energy put into? What do you want your energy to be supporting? And what do you not want? Now, what do you not want to be supporting? Your energy matters. Your dollars, how you spend your dollars, matters. It's a vote for or against, right? And so we just want to put our support to the most sustainable that we can access in the moment. The next thing I want to talk about is information consumption, right? How we're educating ourselves. We're constantly educating and re-educating by the information that we consume. Everything is impacting the psyche in some way. So information consumption, right? What do we want to be putting in? Because it affects our consciousness, it affects our subconsciousness, it affects our vibration. Are you consuming information that uplifts your vibration? Are you consuming information that, because it's going to become a part of you, and then just like the pure divine light that we absorb into the core, into the nervous system, it becomes that intensity of that electricity, that vibration that runs along your filament, increases your brightness, and what the radiance that emanates from that shines brighter and farther. It illuminates things, right? So what do you want to be generating that electricity at the central core of your body, at that internal filament? And then how do you want that to be radiating? How do you want that to radiate from your core to be a part of your vibration? Right? And the things that we consume, it's not that we want to say everything is going to be happy, happy, joy, joy, but because we do want to face reality, whatever that may be for you, and it's, it's a tricky, slippery slope, tricky thing these days. What is reality and what isn't, right? Because there's so much of information available to consume. You got to decide what's that rule of thumb for you. What is going to inform you, and what are you going to do with the information? Can you do something positive with that information, like have that impact how you live in greater harmony with the planet, how you bring more of an uplifting vibration to your being and to those around you, how you make choices, right, that impact your future and that you feel are going to help to impact, to steer us toward a greater future, a safer planet for our children and for ourselves, because at the rate we're going right now, we're on track to destroy the planet within our own lifetimes for most of us. And, we do have to change it. We have to shift it, right? We have to turn it around, and now is the time, right now. We can't keep putting it off, right? So, if there's things inside of you that you've put off, that you've said, well, yeah, that's something I need to change, but I just can't do that right now. What can you do? What can you do? What can you do to shift your own vibration? And you want to, you got to take care of your mental health. So that's got to be brought into balance as well, your mental and emotional health. And it's interesting. I know I do personal healing sessions with people, and I had someone at one time, and actually this has happened, it happens a lot actually, where, we just get so disconnected from nature. And sometimes the answer on how to heal our hearts, how to reconnect, is to go out, into your garden and dig a little hole and sit yourself into the earth and just let your vibration connect with the earth. Lean up against the tree. Let the back of your heart really get into the connection of the communication system with the trees and the root systems of the trees. Like, let your whole body melt into the earth and feel it. Sit on the sand in front of the waves if you have access to a beach. Put your feet in the water. Feel it. right? Connect with earth, connect with the rhythms of the earth, with the vibrations of like the minerals of the soil and the communication systems of the plants and the trees, the air, right? If you have access to fresh air, like let that move through the vibration of your body. Let that inform you. Let that connect you. And let it purge from you the things that are just tweaking out your nervous system, that are like, wigging out your vibration rather than moving your vibration into that peaceful, elevated state. Part of our information consumption is sitting in nature as opposed to sitting in front of television and things like that. So let yourself just, imagine yourself now really connected into earth, connected into trees, connected to the waters, the soil, and feel yourself, just imagine yourself in that little hole in your garden, leaning up against the tree, feet in the soil, connected to the earth, to the water, to the plants. Let that be an information system to you and let it guide you. And I wanted to say also about the information that you consume through media. If you find it taking you into like deep darkness, yes, darkness exists. We don't want to be blind to it, but we also don't want to get so consumed into it that it takes over a part of the psyche. It can really take you down a deep, dark spiral. So, again, how do you want to take in the information? How far do you want to let it in? And what do you want to do with it? How do you want it to inform you so that it can actually lift your vibration, right? And then the next thing I really want to talk about is our actions of kindness and compassion. Because the more that we can act, just acts of kindness, acts of compassion, acts of generosity, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be financial. If you can, that's wonderful. But what actions you can take. What actions can you take? Holding the door for someone, smiling, helping them lift something, whatever that might be with anyone that you come into contact with. Just to share that act of kindness, to instill and remind ourselves and each other that there is still goodness in the world, there is still kindness in the world, that humanity at its core is rooted in love and compassion. And we all seek it. And just little acts of, a gentle smile, a friendly smile, an act of compassion, act of kindness, the little things really can go a long way. So remember those. As you walk down the street and pass someone, if you're in the car, right, and somebody tries to cut you off, hey, by all means, go, have it. It's not worth in escalating the upset, the frustration, the hostility. Just, breathe through it. Breathe through it. Give the gentle, loving kindness. You never know what somebody's going through, right? It doesn't matter. And even for just whatever. Err on the side of kindness. Err on the side of compassion. Err on the side of generosity. Err on the side of forgiveness. And acceptance. Because we don't know. We never know the whole picture of what we're seeing when we're seeing someone, when we're encountering people. So err on the side, kindness, compassion, generosity, forgiveness, acceptance, and love. And love helps. That really brings the ripple effect from the kindness and generosity and compassion that you feel inside of yourself, your connection with Source, your connection with Earth, your connection with love. That really creates that ripple effect that moves it out, moves it out. And there are always going to be things that we do not have control over, right? Like the wars and things like that. So for that, daily, strong prayers, a strong plea to your source, to the subtle beings, to those who are in a position on the subtle planes, on the invisible realms, to help. A strong plea, and let's make that now a strong plea to stop the wars, to avert the harm, to protect our planet, to protect the people, to protect the animals, to protect the plants, to protect the soil, to protect the waters, to protect the air, to protect all of the environment, because the wars destroy it all. So let's make that strong plea. When we can't see how the end can happen, we make that strong plea. Because we don't have to know, we make that strong plea to bring the end to the wars and to protect us from future harm from such destructive forces. And as you make that plea, know that your pleas are heard, your prayers are heard, and stand in unwavering faith. Unwavering faith and confidence that your pleas, your prayers are heard, and that there are beings who are helping, who can answer the call. And stand in positive expectancy and in strong conviction. Positive expectancy and strong conviction. Again, breathe all of your energy into your vertical core. Exhale, drop down and land into your pelvic bowl. Really let this strong conviction anchor in your pelvic bowl. Anchor into your pelvic bowl. Feel that center of gravity, at the very center of your pelvic bowl, like the center of that like egg shape, right? That center of gravity, just beneath your belly button, a little ways, and halfway front to back, halfway side to side. You have that center of gravity there. Let yourself anchor into that center of gravity. Elongate your spine, upright your spine, and lean into your back body and feel that anchor. Feel that core. Let yourself anchor in and feel it. And feel that, like as you draw your energy in, your vertical core, exhale and land down into your pelvic bowl. Let it really anchor into that. That's your I am center. Let it anchor into that life force, that vital life force energy that is a connection with source, a portal. Let yourself feel the strength in that pelvic bowl. Land in there and strengthen. You can stand in your Wonder Woman or Superman stance, right? But careful not to lift your head too high. Bring it down so that it contains your energy in your body and really lets that strength along your vertical core really strengthen, illuminate, and anchor into your pelvic bowl and feel your strength. And align your heart center with, like, let that energy move between your head, heart, and that anchor in your pelvic bowl so that it is all aligned and anchored in certainty and in confidence and in that conviction, right? Let your faith be anchored all the way into your hips, aligned with your heart and with your head. Conviction, confidence, certainty, courage, and let it all be anchored right there into that center of your pelvic bowl. And be. Kun fayakun. Be and it is. Be and it is. And now that we've gone through all of that, I want to give you another minute to just breathe into your heart from this place of strength. Breathe into your heart and just ask, is there anything else that wants to be illuminated for you, that you want to bring into your focus and attention? Use the background noise. Anything else that wants to be breathed into you or that wants to be brought to your attention, and take a moment and write that down. And in this one, make this a commitment statement, or your next statement a commitment statement. I commit to. What is it that you commit to? I commit to. I commit to. Okay, and then when you finish that, really just take a minute and make sure your energy moves through your hips. If you need to do a little wiggle of your hips, let it move through your hips and down through your legs and all the way into your feet. You can stretch out your feet, stretch out your toes, and circle your ankles, and really feel your energy grounded into your feet. And the same with your hands, fingers, wrists, shoulders. Like, really let your energy move through your whole body, anchored in your core, but like moving through your whole body. So every cell in your body, invite every cell of your body to take in this commitment, right, and to align with it and to say yes to it. So that this inner core conviction and this commitment is moving to every cell of your body, and it becomes a part of your subconscious programming. Right, because you're a combination of consciousness and the subconscious programming, more so the subconscious programming. So let that really take in this conviction and this commitment. Right, so your whole body resonates with this core conviction and certainty, and aligns with this passion to live in harmony with nature. Right, we use our free will to return to live in harmony with nature. In the step levels of creation, there is the very first thing is like the word that says, Lord, this is the, like, what's going to be happening here, right? The word that describes outlines of the whole creation. The next thing, that's the pen, right? Next thing is the recording of the word, the tablet on which it's recorded, which is the canvas, right? On which it is to be recorded or to be drawn, right? So it's recorded. And then the very next thing is laws of nature. Laws of nature. The laws of nature that govern life on this planet. We, given free will, allows us to operate outside of the laws of nature and to test it, right? For the testers, our free will can also bring us back to living in harmony with the laws of nature, so that the creation can be sustained. And we can be in harmony with our source. Because when everything was offered, that trust of free will, everything in the clouds, the water, the air, the earth, the plants, the animals, everything said, oh no, we know we could not have a better existence other than the one that lives in harmony with our source and all the laws of nature. Human beings said, we'll give it a shot. We'll be the test case, right? We're the test case. So let's bring our free will, use our free will to realign with nature and live in harmony with nature as best we can and survive on this planet. And there's a lot we can do. All right, so thank you for this today. I really appreciate you being a part of it and being with us today. I hope this has been helpful for you. I hope you found some things that are illuminating for you. And if you want to stay on for the Q&A, if you're on the phone, star 2. If you're on Facebook, if you're on the webcast, you can type in. If you're on Facebook, there's a link there where you can join us. If you're listening to the recording, you're invited to join us live on Sundays at 10 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. U.S. Pacific Time. Find information for joining us live at communityforconsciousliving.com. communityforconsciousliving.com. When you are there, you will see a place where you can sign up for reminders and replays. Please take a minute and sign up for those reminders and replays. You'll get basically 2 emails a week. One is the reminder, the other is the replay. Yeah. And every once in a while, when we have something else going on, I'll send you a notice about that. And when you do, you receive 2 free gifts. One is a downloadable one-sheet reminder of who and what we are and why we're here and what this world is about, something that you can easily, put on your mirrors just to remind you every day of what this world is about, so you don't get so caught up in the things that take us outside of the laws of nature, and remember who you are and why you're here. The other one is a 15-minute downloadable guided meditation that is one that will help you to connect with the pure divine light, unconditional love, and eternal compassion that is the core of your being. All right, with that, I thank you very much for being here, and see you on the Q&A.